Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors, and I came up with another idea for a pocket, so we're going to go ahead and do a Pocket Wednesday this week. I have this and I have this that I can add pockets to still, and I suppose if I come up with anything when I'm completely finished, hey look, there's a backside. You know, I can always just do it not in the actual book that I made for it. I have a bunch of scraps. I have in mind what I want to do, but I haven't done it yet. So we're going to figure it out together and hopefully it works out. So what I'm going to do first is cut this paper to a size that's going to fit. I want it to fit in between this and this. Make sure you guys are in camera. Yep, just barely though. So I'm thinking right around here, and then we're gonna cut that. I'm gonna get this out, kind of out of the way. So this is just a piece of, you know, coffee dyed paper that was with one of those placemats or something like that. And I think that this was given to me. I don't think this is one that I did. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do, it's basically all going to be not totally covered, but mostly covered. I want to create, yeah, this is going to work. This isn't, it was before I started cutting, I thought, how on earth am I going to do this? So I'm taking something that, you know, width-wise is going to fit, and then I'm going to fold this one just in half. And then I'm gonna go ahead and ink. So I think this is gonna end up being 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets, I think. And yeah. I might have to reinforce a couple of areas now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see here. So if I put... No, because I'm going to be putting a piece of paper on top, so that'll kind of reinforce. Okay, so we have this piece that's going to go right here, and it's going to flip up like this, and there will be a pocket here and here, and a pocket here. So let's get going on the pockets. I'm just thinking about maybe how tall and how many. Okay, I want to make sure I have enough paper first of all, because I'm working with scraps here. So I'm trying to figure out the best cuts to make. Okay. Maybe I'll just do that one slightly shorter. I'm going to go right around here. So you guys can just, you know, with whatever scraps or however you want to make your own, you know, just make it according to what looks right to your eye. You know, it's nothing specific. I'm just kind of going for it. So then I am going to make it pretty much the same width of this. I don't know. I'm checking to see if you're in. Yep, you guys are in. So, I wanted to say thank you for listening to me whine a little bit yesterday in my video. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your very kind comments and support. I know that a lot of you make videos and have gone through similar things. It's not fun, and, you know, keeping those things to yourselves, sometimes I guess maybe it's not the best thing, because then it just eats at you. So just wanted to say thank you for listening and letting me vent a little bit. I guess I actually am feeling better, so that's good. Okay, so we have these two, and then I'm going to take, maybe this one will just have to be a little bit, you know, not as wide. And that'll be fine. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. So we'll just mark that and cut it. Okay. All right, so then we have these. Let me scooch this. And you can also, these are, you know, they're kind of busy papers, but I am focused on using this paper pack. So I am folding this over to reinforce my top of my pocket a little bit so that it's not delicate and, you know, will tear when it's used. We'll just put a little glue. I noticed this morning when I came in here, or whenever it was that I came in here, I'd left the glue lid off all night long, and I was afraid that it wasn't going to work properly, but it worked out just fine. And I'm going to make these kind of just the same, so I'm going to fold one over the other so that it has a nice sense of, what is it? Looking equal? I don't know what the right word is that I'm thinking of. Symmetry, symmetry, there we go. So we'll have one here and one here. And then we'll have one here. And so see how it doesn't fit quite right here? So I'm just gonna, well, it could even go farther down than that. I'm just gonna fold it down. And I don't need all of that extra paper down underneath it, so we'll just cut that off. Okay, while the glue is drying a little bit on it, I'm going to give it a little thumb notch, but while the glue is drying, we'll ink. My husband and I have been watching, I don't know, one of the channels had some of the old Christmas cartoons from when I was a kid. And before, like one of them was, well, of course I watched it when I was a kid, but it was made before I was born. But We've been watching those the last few nights. I had recorded them, and that's fun. They make me smile. But then the little songs that are in those cartoons, they get stuck in my head. One of my favorites, and it was when I was a kid too, one of my favorites is, I think it's called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It's the one with the clock and the mice. Oh, the song. I'm not going to start singing it because then it's going to be in my head again all day. But one of the songs they sing in that stuck in my head for like 3 days. Okay, let's see here. But that's always a good one. Always a good one. So I'm just going to line these up. And hopefully it's not too thick. It might be. It might be, but we'll see. I won't push too hard. You know, maybe that's what happened to my other. Yeah, that's too thick. Maybe I will do it like this and then line them up. You know, I'm just trying to get them the same distance, you know, right, all lined up together so that they don't look off at all. Yep, it got stuck. Unless I just locked it. Oh, I locked it. Okay. So the one that I was trying to use the other day, this one, we managed to take it apart, which was not easy. And I put wax and stuff on it to try and get it to start going smoothly. And it did, but once we put it back together again, it wouldn't work. And so then my husband took it apart. He actually used one of his files, you know, for woodworking on it. And, you know, it roughed the surface up a little bit, but it made it so that it, you know, does that. Does this smoothly. So it still cuts, so that's good. Okay, so we want one there, and the short one is going to go in the front. So let's glue it. And this is just scrapbook paper, so it's not, I wouldn't call it crazy sturdy. I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but when you coffee dye something, it seems to thicken it up and make it a little bit more sturdy. But if I were making a journal that I was going to be selling, I would most likely double this up and not do just the strength of scrapbook, thin scrapbook paper. I don't know if I would trust it totally, but since this is for my own reference, I'm not real concerned about it because I'm not going to be rough on it, so I think it's just fine. My daughter wanted to go into town yesterday to get some yarn. You guys, she is such a sweet girl. And just really talented. You know, every parent is just so proud of the things that they do, you know. And so obviously I'm just a proud mama, but it's like everything she tries, she just can do it, you know. And so she's been crocheting, and she's done it off and on over the years, and she'll get tired of it and not do it anymore, and then she'll do it again. Well, just the other day she goes, I'm gonna make myself a sweater. Guess what literally a week ago she said, I'm gonna make myself a sweater. Guess what she wore to school yesterday? The sweater she made. It was so cute. And then she wanted to make something else. She wants to make some stuffed animals for her friends for Christmas. So she wanted to go to Joann Fabric last night to get a certain yarn, which was, oh my goodness, expensive. But, you know, so anyway. So this one, this pocket kind of reinforced this a little bit so it's not too flimsy. Anyway, so the lady there at Joann Fabric, she's like, did you make that sweater? And Emily's like, yeah. It was so cute, you guys. She's just the sweetest thing. And then after she's done it for a little while, she gets tired of it and wants to do something else. But okay, let's go ahead and glue this down so that it's out of our way. And you know, that's basically the pocket, and if that's where you want to stop watching, then that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make some things to go in it. Normally this is something that I don't include in the video, you know, like I just try and have that part done, but I'm just going for it, you guys. I actually have to run into town and I didn't have a lot of extra time, so I thought I can just do it on video, and if people want to not watch that part, then I totally get it. So if you don't want to watch that part, I totally get it. Okay, so there is that. And I don't know what, I might put something on it to make it more obvious. One thing I guess you could do is stagger it a little bit so that the top is a little shorter, and it might be more obvious that there's, you know, a flap. Okay, so I want to make, to go in this back pocket here, I want to make kind of a, I mean, more like a bookmark, but it'll be kind of a, I'm just trying to gauge how tight that is and how, I think I'm going to do 2, I don't think I want it to be 2.5. I'm going to go 2 1/4 inches. So yeah, this ends up being 4 pockets, which is pretty cool, I guess. And you could, depending on how you glue it in, your pocket could be that way also, instead of from the top. So let's cut it down to maybe there. And then I'm gonna put it on some scrap. This is really, really scrap. It was part of stuff I found at, I don't know, a yard sale, I think. Let me see how tall that's gonna be. That should be fine. And obviously whoever used it really used this particular page, but it'll work for me. Make sure there's not writing on the other side. There's a little bit of something, but okay. I don't know what I was saying at all. Oh, so my daughter, so the reason I started talking about my daughter, you know, she wanted to go into town. I wanted to tell you about dinner. We decided, well, if we were going to be in town, we might as well go get ourselves some dinner in town. And so we did. Trying to see, this side's better. There's not as much paint on the other side. We thought, well, if we're in town, we might as well get dinner. There's a place called The Onion here in Spokane. I mean, there are 2 of them here. I don't know if it's like a chain or if it's just a locally owned thing and there happens to be 2 of them. I don't know if The Onion exists outside of Spokane or not, but it's just a burger place. But it's a nicer burger place, and they also serve other, you know, foods. It's not just a burger place. So first of all, the burger was delicious. And that, for me, has got to say something, because I just I don't know. I'd just as soon eat some crackers and cheese than have a big old piece of hamburger meat on bread. It's just not my favorite thing. I mean, I like them, don't get me wrong, but just the thought of it kind of grosses me out. But last night I thought, it sounds really good, so I decided to go ahead and get one, and they have a gluten-free bun there, and I've had burgers there in the past, and, you know, I didn't think much. I was like, it's a burger, you know, they're kind of all the same. You guys, it was so good. I don't know what they did different, but it was delicious, and my husband said, did you like your burger? And I was like, excuse me, I am eating. Do not interrupt. He's like, me too. His was really good too. So I don't know what they did, but it was yummy. I didn't eat the whole thing, but nearly. So I basically didn't touch my French fries because if I had, I was going to be miserable. Anyway, the other thing I was going to say about it is, well, now we can't eat for the next 2 weeks. It was so expensive. We used to go there when the kids were small, the 4 of us, and, you know, get whatever, burgers, and if they wanted dessert, whatever. It was so expensive. Insane. My husband shows me. I'm like, don't even show me. I don't want to know. I saw the prices on the menu. There's another place in town that we don't go to very often. It's Italian, and they have very few things that I can eat, and so we just tend to not go. And then one time we did go kind of recently, and I'm going to just kind of add this. I'm going to cut. Their menu items have gone up significantly. I mean, to me, I live in a place where maybe things aren't as expensive as other places, you know, so it's sticker shock for me for sure. But I also know that my husband's daughter, who lives down in Texas, her and her husband were just here for a visit, and it's way more expensive to eat out here than it is down in Texas, according to them. So I imagine that it just kind of depends on where you live. Anyway, to me, if you're going out for just a general grab something to eat dinner, not all dressed up for, you know, a fancy night, if you're paying like $20 an entree, that's a lot. And basically everything on the menu in that place was $20 an entree. And I'm like, I can make a whole bunch of burgers for 20 bucks. That's ridiculous. But it was a good burger. Okay, so I think that's kind of cute. And there's pink on it, which is not kind of really what I was going for. But again, I think it's going to be okay. It's my reference journal, so that's all right. Not that I don't like pink. I love pink, but it just kind of isn't in the page, so. But well, that's okay. We'll make it go. It'll be fine. I need a little bit of glue there. Come on. And I have this little bird that I fussy cut out of something that I thought we would stick on there, and then it kind of bring it back down to, you know, go with the page a little bit more than the flowers. If I could, I'd stick it right on top of those flowers, but I think it makes more sense to make it look like it's in the cage a little bit, even though it's standing. I think I'll cut this little piece of twig off, and then it'll look more like just standing inside the cage a little bit, maybe perhaps like that, with its tail sticking out. Details, details. All right. I'm not sure how much of that bird's going to show anyway. And then I was thinking, don't know how well this is going to work, but because it's kind of thick, a thick lace, but at the same time, I mean thick this way, but it's very thin, and so I'm thinking it'll go through there and look kind of cute, being all puffy on the ends, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it works. Let's see if I can cut through that many layers. I don't know. Hopefully that's not too short. It probably is. I probably made it too short. You know, I could just pull it through. I could just pull it through. Look really stupid on the back side. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I can get it through. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Try not to tear my paper. Oh, it's fine. It's not too short. Okay. I'm going to leave it kind of, you know, like that. I think it's fine. I just don't want to tear it, so I don't want to fuss too much with it. So that will go back here. I need to glue this down a little bit. Yeah, so the bird doesn't show, but that's okay. And then I have these 3 pockets to fill. So I just took some of my scraps and I'm going to use this for the 2 inside ones, and I'm going to use this for the outside one. And I just want to make sure how much space I have. So I'm going to do 2.5 inches, and then about here. Okay. I'm going to cut this line first. I don't know. I think that's good. And then 2.5. See if that fits down in there. Okay. It does. So that one will go in there. And then I'm going to do these at 2.5 inches as well. I thought the back part, I don't want to cut off the So Much Fun. So I think what I'm going to do, I want to get that whole car in. So I think I'm going to do that. And that, so that's cute. The bottom part I think is good. And then 2.5. Did I say 2.5? Did I do 2.5? I hope I did. Yes. Okay, scraps everywhere. I have so many scraps from this paper pad. Okay, and then I don't know about the height of these. I didn't check the height. So I am thinking, I don't want them sticking out, so I'm thinking right around there. And I'll just go to the 3/4 mark. And, oops, sorry about that. That way I know how much to cut off of each of them so that they're the same. All right. And then I want to back them with this paper again. And I'm going to do it on this side because, again, there's like paint and stuff. It would have been really bad if I hadn't pressed start. I don't even remember doing it. the whole, my glue keeps falling over is a little frustrating to me. Okay. So it's kind of a long time to sit and watch me just cut and paste. So, you know, if you're still here and you want to fast forward to the part where you get to see it decorated, which I hope to do still. I was figuring I would decorate, but that freaks me out because I almost never decorate something without a plan, and I don't really have a plan. You know, I mean on camera. I usually kind of know what I'm gonna do. I pulled out a few things to look at to see if I can stick on there, but I don't know. I could have gone all the way to the edge and had a straighter, you know, to only have to cut 2 sides, but I guess I wasn't thinking. So, are you guys doing fun Christmas activities? I find that there are fewer fun Christmas activities as your kids get older. That a lot of the things you do or did were because of them. And so, in order to do something like that now, you really have to think about it and plan it. So, we used to hang out with the neighbors a lot, especially once school was out for the break. We were at their house constantly because, you know, everybody was home and the kids were home, so the kids would be over playing, and then they'd say, hey, you want to come over for dinner? Then we'd go for dinner and stay for hours, and now, you know, during the wintertime, we'll go months without seeing the neighbors, so kind of strange, you know, because the kids are older, and their kids they're a couple years older. Each of them are a couple years older than the ones that I have, you know, like the corresponding age, you know, group. They're 2 years older, I think, each of them. And so they've moved out or are in college already. So we don't have, you know, my daughter's not over there hanging out. And, you know, she'd go over, and both of them, my son and my daughter, they'd be over playing. And they did all the things like the little, hey, Mom and Dad, watch us. And they would perform something for us, a song or a skit or whatever. And how cute. And it makes me really sad that they don't do that. So what's really funny, sometimes when their daughter is home for like the weekend or holidays or something like that, I'll be like, hey, Jenna, I need for you guys to perform a skit for me at some point while you're home. And she'll just be like, okay. But somehow I never get it. So I've got pictures of a little, you know, like 9 Mile Falls is the little town that I live in, you know, little pageant that my daughter and Jenna did one time. We just did a pageant for them, just the 2 of them, me and the 2 of them. And they had categories, you know, they had a dress, and they had talent, like, you know, singing or acting or dancing or whatever it is. And I have pictures of all of it. And I made them sashes. Of course, they both won. And I don't remember what the sashes said, but I made sashes for them to wear. And I have pictures of it, you guys. It is funny. It also makes me very sad that it's not going to happen again. Of course, hey, you know, maybe I could talk them into it this year. Anyway, let's see. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to put on here. I have some things that I pulled out. These aren't necessarily train tickets, but let's see here. Red. If I just kind of go one way or the other with them. Like something like that. Okay, and we'll just ink around. I need to hurry because, like I said, I need to run into town. What time is it? Okay, I've got time. Okay. I'm wondering if it, yeah, okay, there's enough space. I'm going to put, trying to find, so this is a little thinner right here where it got kind of torn. You just have to make sure that if you put something on the top, then it has to be able to fit in the pocket and still, the flap still has to work is all. But I think there's plenty of space. It'd be cute with a little eyelet in it, but I'm not going to do that. Because of time. Okay, so there's one. I like that. I could do the other side for this one. Like that. I don't know about the purple. I can't do the purple. I have to do red. And so then if you kind of place it where you want it and hold it really tight, then when you go to glue it down, it's kind of easier to line up the edge because, you know, it's cut. The edge is cut. You have to put it all the way to the edge. So we'll see if that works out okay. I might even put the red one on top so more of the color shows. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll put the red one on top. This paper, these tickets, it was actually a piece of scrapbook paper. I don't know where it came from, but I had it, you know, when I first got started. And I realized at some point, I was like, man, I really hate that paper because all of those tickets right next to each other was so busy to the eye. I just really didn't like it at all. And then I thought, duh, Stephanie, cut them apart. So I finally thought to cut them apart, and I did that. Liked it better. Okay, there's that. And let's cut another one of these. All right. That's a lot of glue. Okay, we'll put that down in there. Are you guys in camera over there? You are. Hey, perfect. Let's see here. I have these things. This is something I had punched a long time ago. Just trying to use my scraps and my stamps, and then honestly, I've never used them. So we can do that. I don't know what I'm going to do for sure, but we'll just poke some things on there and see how it works. No. Now this is where I start panicking because I don't know what I'm going to do, and it freaks me out a little bit to not know. I mean, it's not much, but it's something. I'm going to cut this off. Get the white edges off of it. If I had some great story, I just can't think of anything right now. It's kind of slippery outside. It's really big. I'm thinking maybe I cut it down. Yeah, that works for me. And I don't think there's anything else that I have here that I want to use. I'll just do this. And then something on the front. I think in the front, I'm just going to do that. I haven't done anything to this. What do I have, you guys? I have these are all kind of the same, like the colors are the same, so I don't know if that works so great. I don't think it does. What's in here? Flowers. I don't want to do flowers. Those are labels. What do I have? I'm just digging down in here to see. I don't know if I have anything that's going to work on there. I don't even know what this is. Is it a scale? Hey, it's something. It's good enough, I think. Or there's this one that's, it might be better since the shape is about the same. I could leave it without anything on it. I'm going to do this dark clock. I'm wondering if I could get anything else out here on my desk. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to do these corners. This is some vellum. I have no idea where it came from. I've had it forever. No idea. Probably a thrift store. And I'm sure that this glue, once it dries, will be clear. That's my hope. This is a lot longer than I expected it to be, you guys. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I guess I don't have to put anything on it, do I? I wish that the flowers were a different color. Just ignore the flowers. How about that? Okay, we're going to do that. Almost done. If you're still here, I appreciate it. I know it's a long video. If you fast forwarded, that's fine too. Watch it in fast speed. That's fine. If I had it to do over again, I would do something different for the back. This one, for that color. I don't like it so much, but it's done. And like I say, it's for me, so it's okay. I'm just going to dump some trims out and see what I have. That's kind of cute. We're going to do it. Can't really tell which is the front or the back. I think this is the front. And again, I hope you're in camera. I have my little thingy out here somewhere, along with every other thing in my craft room that is currently on my desk. Okay, so just imagine this looks like something else. So we have a pocket here, and here, and here, and then here, and of course it could have been here instead. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.